Hello, dear viewers. After thinking about it for a couple seconds, I realized it was entirely unfair of me to take the piss out of my favorite comic book publisher without doing a follow-up or take the piss out of its rival, DC. So I think I'll do that today, and this time I won't be playing with rubber bands. So watch my hands as they don't have any rubber bands in them. Right. Basically, all of the DC flagship characters ended up in the Justice League of America because, I don't know, they didn't think that they were enough by themselves. Anyway, so you have Superman, you know, the standard, I see the world through rose-colored glasses, nothing can kill me except that one dude that did because, well, we'll forget about that because it came back to life, ha ha ha. And then he's weak against the Green Rock, which apparently doesn't do anything to humans except Lex Luthor, who after a while of wearing a kryptonite ring, it actually made his hand fall off, so he had to get a new one. But Lex Luthor's just an ordinary human who's very intelligent and wants lots of money, and that's basically all of his plots, so that's what they're for. And he's weak against, let's see what else, magic, and apparently he actually has a lung capacity. He can't just, you know, survive in space forever, so if you threw him really, really far out and knocked him unconscious, and, well, good luck knocking Superman unconscious, but if you manage that, thumbs up. But apparently he would eventually run out of air and die, so he needs that. He needs the yellow sun. Red suns are like, oh, I'm an ordinary human now because Krypton had a red sun. Okay, I'm normally in Kryptonian that's not powered. It's confusing. It's DC. They don't know how to make anything make sense. And then you have Batman, who's the coolest character in the thing by far, who's actually an ordinary human who just trained himself over like 20 years to be an epic martial artist and a brilliant detective, and he's got all kinds of cool gadgets because he happens to be a billionaire. Well, that's an electronics company, but God, you know, if you shoot him when he doesn't have his armors on, he's dead. But that's the same with a lot of these people. Then you have the Flash, who runs very, very, very quickly. That's his entire power right there. Except you can use it to go through solid objects, he speed reads, and well, obviously, good luck shooting him. And his nemesis, apparently, is a guy who controls cold. He can actually make absolute zero in atmosphere, which is pretty impressive. But, I don't know exactly what he does with that power. It's like, I'm going to create an ice in front of you. What? Ice puddle, slip, flat, and Splash falls on his back. Except he has special shoes that are supposed to avoid that kind of thing. And then you have the Green Lantern, who's even sillier. He's like, I have a ring that does stuff. I basically think it up, and it happens. And also I can fly and shoot energy beams, and I'm invincible because of the power ring. Seems like a bit of a ripoff of Silver Surfer, except it's a ring on a surfboard, and he's the wrong color. But he's probably got the most hilarious weakness I've ever heard of in a comic, in that, what is it? Oh yeah, he can't affect anything colored yellow, so watch this. I'm going to shove a banana down your throat, and you can't stop me. Ha ha. Oh, I'm choking. I can't get it out with the power. Oi. Pull the banana out. And they're also rather funny too. They actually changed it because it sounded racist. But originally it was, through brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. With those who worship evil's might, beware my power, a Green Lantern's light. Then he does his fist in the air in a Sub-Zero victory pose, or what if it was cool, but he's, and he has another actual big proper lantern for powering his ring, which has a little lantern symbol on it. The Green Lantern's weird. Then you have Wonder Woman, who, is basically a Superman ripoff with weird weapons. She has a lasso as she ties people up a lot. That could have gone very wrong if they didn't start writing her in like the early 60s. And then she has these invisible vehicles. Let's see. She got the bracelets, which deflect things. She has some sandals which allow her to fly. She's got, you know, wisdom, power, courage, and a bunch of other cool stuff. Flying, durability, the standard I'm better than everyone else package. And then she has these invisible vehicles. I have to wonder, how does she fly though? She can't see the controls, can she? That was a bit of a cheap shot. Then there's Aquaman, who is a ripoff of Submariner. And the only difference is that he has a magic harpoon on one hand because it's got bitten off by a shark, and he can control sea creatures. But other than that, kind of lame, because if you hold him above water too long, he's like, I'm thirsty. I've got to go back in the pool. No swimming pool for you. So all I do is tie him above a swimming pool. No, the humidity in the air might do something. But tie him up away from a lake, and he'll be like, oh crap, I'm dying. What do you want? I'll have a glass of water. I'll do anything. Then there's the Martian Manhunters. They're about for the Vision. Who let's see, heat beam eyes. They like doing heat beam eyes for some reason. And he can shapeshift and he can move through solid objects. But God help him if anyone comes in with a lighter. I bet he doesn't smoke, because watch this. Hey, smoke a cigarette? Yeah. boom. Apparently green Martians are very vulnerable to fire, not white Martians. White Martians can handle it. So, and they use that to kill off the green Martians. So there are 2 species of Martians on Mars. It seems like the only people that don't have anything on Mars is us. That's kind of lame. Green Arrow, who's a Hawkeye ripoff, complete with trick arrows, just a different colored costume. It's green instead of purple. Alright, so that's the entire JLA, some of the villains too. Oh, Batman's villain, the Joker, is his chief villain, that is. The Joker is probably the coolest character in comics, because he's just so insane that he actually comes back from the other side as being practically omniscient. I mean, when in all the crossover comics with DC's, with Marvel, it's like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. And then he and Deadpool end up having a shouting match to see who could be crazier than the other. Right. And now for today's Wikipedia feature article, which I already have loaded because, well, I wanted to see if it was the same or not. Norman Burkett, 1st Baron Burkett, was a British barrister, politician and judge noted for his skill as a speaker. Born in Ulverston, Lancashire. Let's see. Apparently he's able to defend people with almost watertight criminal cases against them. So this is probably the guy that OJ hired. And I don't know if he's actually... I don't really like lawyers as much. I mean, yes, one day I'm probably going to throw mercury down the sink by accident, and then the people will say, oh, hey, environmental violation. And I go, oh, crap. Get my lawyer buddies in from college. But apart from that, my dad's an engineer, so their natural enemy is lawyers. And, well, doctors are fine either way, but, yeah. Well, it's a boring article. It's about a fracking lawyer, and I don't get that stuff. So, remember this, dear viewers. If you can keep your head on you when all about you are losing theirs, then probably the axe murderer hasn't gotten around to you yet. Good day.